don't want to dig into nobody's testimony, but I imagine I got a church full of hoes in here. I ain't saying you had to work 2 nights to get to a key, but I am saying that somebody had papers on you and they were able to call the shots and what you were able to do and what you could do and what you could not do. For some, it might be a boyfriend who said, baby, did you get any money? Can I get some of that? I need to go get some right quick. And before you know, you got 3 rugrats and trying to apply for Medicaid and trying to apply for welfare. Why? Because you just got prostituted. I want us to go back to the day when preachers were real preachers and they went to the raw issue and dealt with the sin as it was. I am tired of our church playing with this stuff. The truth of the matter is we got problems, and because we got problems, we got to deal with it. I decided I'm going to be the kind of preacher that a preacher can stand up, whether it's in season or out of season. Stop prostituting yourself. You made that dumb decision. The truth is that person is taking advantage of you. Don't get mad at me because what he's doing to you, you put yourself in that position.
That's right. My God.
This might not give me any membership. But the truth is, you come to my office, and I know you're in this situation, and I know you abandoned mom and daddy, you abandoned the Bible, you abandoned good sound teaching, and now you're in my office telling me what your boyfriend is trying to do to you, as if you want me to go talk to your boyfriend. I'm talking to you. You are a prostitute. Stop prostituting yourself.
Go ahead.
And if you can't take that, get out of my office.
That's right. The truth of the life.
See, as long as we try to make it work, we'll find yet another reason not to come back home. But see, remember now, I told you, Daddy let him go. But I can imagine while he was out there and all this is happening, Daddy must be walking the yard and say, God, I'm praying for my son.
Every day.
I don't know what I hadn't heard from him since he left. But God, you know where he is. And God, you can put him in a situation that will allow him to remember how good it was for him while he was in my house and how blessed he was. The truth of the matter is that the money he got, he was going to get it anyway. And he just stayed with me. Sometimes the problem is that we walk away from God. And the thing is, God got stuff for us, but we don't have to spend a time of it. All we got to do is stay close to the Father. Let me tell you this story. There was a man who had several sons, and he worked out. They were doing field work, and all of the sons would be out there in the field working. And then once they did their chores, all of the sons would run back to the house and go play video games, or go hang out, and go do this. Except for this one son, he would stay out in the field and work. And the father would say, "Well, you already did your chores. You don't have to stay out here with me. You can go and play with your brother." "No, Dad, I'd rather be out here with you." So when he would go into town and talk to the townsfolk and talk to the important leaders of that day, he would commune with them, and the son would always be right there. And while he was having these conversations, they were like, "Is that your son?" "Yeah, this is my son." Here, they would bring up a little money and put it in his pocket. One day they loaded up the wagon. They said, "We will go to the county fair." And the father gave them all a little bit of money. And once they got on the fairgrounds, all of them dispersed in a different direction, except this one son who stayed with his father. So the father said, "All right, you want to hang with me? That's fine. You could go off on your own, but if you want to stay with me, that's fine." And they went and they enjoyed rides. They did this and they did that. And the thing about it was the father said, "Wait a minute, I got to ask you something. You could be with all of your friends, but you choose to hang with me. Please tell me why." "Daddy," he said, "I know you gave me enough money to do what I want to do apart. But the truth is, I'm blessed whenever I hang with you. Because the truth of the matter is, I didn't spend anything that you gave me, and I still ride rides. I didn't spend anything that you gave me, and I still got to eat the cotton candy and the elephant ears. I still got to do stuff because as long as I'm with my father. And the problem is, whenever you break away from your father, it's just a matter of time that the devil is going to make a prostitute out of you. But if you make up in your mind that I'm going to wake up from this drunken stupor and realize that this is not the life I was meant to live. The Bible says that the young man came to himself. That's point number 3. He came to himself. And when he came to himself, he said, how much bread that my father's slaves got, and here I am. I used to be a son, but now I'm an outcast. I used to be in the house, now I'm out the house. I used to have everything that the father had, now I got nothing. How much does my father have and his servants have? And here I am, perishing with hunger.